What insights would you give to an aspiring founder who is planning to start a data-centric company in a highly regulated market like finance? I always find it funny when I go to a conference and like everyone's talking about their work, and then you talk to the guy who's working in the finance industry and he's just all closed-lipped.
So if you're looking to build cool data products in a regulated industry, as early on as possible, you want to get allies in that industry. So if you can get advisors for your startup who might work with or around some of those governing bodies, or they've worked on some of those regulations, that's helpful. Maybe early employees who led compliance or efforts across the industry can be useful as well. And as you're building, you want to be building from the early days with regulators, because if you're in a hyper regulatory ecosystem, regulators appreciate your willingness to talk early on, because what they're going to do is help you avoid mistakes or early pitfalls. The worst thing you'd want to do is build something for 2-3 years, raise 10-20 million dollars. You're launching the product, and then the regulators say, no, you can't do this, and they shut you down. We've seen this firsthand in China, particularly around the education tech industry, where just earlier this year, the regulators and government said, we don't want to have unfair advantages for students to go from high school to college. So we're going to ban the tutoring industry. And all the companies went from, X valuation to zero valuation overnight. And the same can happen here, as we're seeing in other industries in the States, where there's a lot of evolution because of regulation. Companies are being impacted, both startups and big tech, every day. So by having those early conversations, have those regulators as your design partners. And while they may not be able to give you all the secret sauce and share everything behind the scenes, they could be good stewards to guide you in that right direction. And then perhaps when regulation does come to this part of the industry in 1, 3, 5 years, your company, because you built with regulators, you're not going to be adversely impacted by any of those changes.